But then, you can buy 15 corn for 10 scrap? No, they give you 10 scrap for 15 corn. Okay.
That does not seem like a very
no. Unless you have
unless you have an ass load of corn.
Well, they give you 10 scrap for 80 cloth, and that's what was breaking servers, was because people were building this gigantic farms that I was talking about. It caps it. Stonks,
such a strange game. Like, the mechanics that they choose to implement just it's so funny. It's great.
Horses makes total sense, right? But
yeah,
pickles, the world model for pickles being a bag, and the horse eating the jar of pickles.
It's just wait. So when you were saying this, just like real life, you're being sarcastic, right? Yes. Like, there's not something I know about horses and pickles. Okay.
Well, yeah, no, just like horses are born in real life with saddles on them.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes, of course. I forget sometimes.
Are you all full, buddy? Wow. Okay, so for 1 scrap, I bought for 2 scrap, I bought 12 jars of pickles. That's how much. He ate 12 jars of pickles, and he's completely full now.
Oh, wow, buddy. 12 fucking jars. Let me just not be behind you for the next 36 hours.
All right, so let's think here. So if I dart to the base and put this back and come back,
I'll tell you what.
What are we gonna do from there?
Hold on. What do you have? You should take all the stuff that I have that you can fit if I have any duplicates.
Yeah.
And then I probably won't have much. So do you have oil?
Throw me. I have plenty of room now, so throw me everything.
Okay, just throw you everything. You definitely want those ingots. That's really everything. I've got some stone and sulfur and bullshit. Do you have room for that? It's not much of anything. All right, that's everything.
Cool.
All right, I guess I'll just.
Just literally wait right here. Like, what I'm telling you is, like, these things are fucking fast. So I'll be back in like literally a minute.
All right.
And while I'm doing this, we can talk about what we want to do next.
All right.
So. Well, let's see. I guess we can journey to. Okay, there's a rock well here. All right. We really just want to find a place to build a main base. I think that's got to be the top priority, right? Because
if we need to.
I would like to actually build a compound that has some space around it, so we're not. I don't want to be under the nose of like a bunch of other sweaty motherfuckers. Like, that is not an enjoyable way to play this game.
All right.
And because the thing, what we're limited with right now is like the space that we're in. We don't have access to water. We don't have airspace to fly a helicopter. We don't have space to build a compound so that we aren't getting door camped, that we can actually go outside and get in and out of our helicopter without dying. We're just so fucking, like, the game is so slow for us right now because we can't do anything because of our neighborhood.
What if? So would it be reasonable to try to figure out a goal that we can do with this base more quickly and then start over with a new idea? Or do we need to pretty much build this base anyway as part of the progression of just moving to that bigger base?
Yeah, so like really we built this it's pretty typical to build it's unlikely that you get your ideal location
right
off the rip, right? So it's pretty typical to build a starter base and then build a main after that. You don't typically want to move loot very far, but there are situations like the ones we're in where we are not top dogs in our area, where like you got to reevaluate where you're at, figure out if that like basically we need to decide like, do we want to be in this neighborhood or not, and then if not, where? Because like this base can only be built up so much.
Right.
Although for more immediate attainable goals, I mean, now that we have these cards, we can loot power plant with these things. And I think that'll be pretty uncontested, and that'll give us access.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, like if we can figure out something to do with this base, and then just like make a fresh start with the goal in mind to like do the bigger base and figure out a better place to do all that.
Yeah.
But I just don't know.
Yeah, well, so the thing that we really need before, basically the things that we have in front of us is we need to get garage door. Like, we cannot do anything significant without
Okay, so where in that, so when are the BP wipes in this? The BP
wipe is the first Thursday of every month.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time for that. So we just really need to find the garage door to BP.
Yeah, and that
period.
Yeah, that really won't take that long.
Is that from power plant? Is that the goal there?
Power plant, we can definitely find it at power plant if we do the blue key room.
Okay.
And I guess we do have a blue card and we live right next to it. I guess my concern here is one, the more loot we pile in here, like the guys that are on now in our neighborhood are not gonna get any less sweaty, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, very sweaty already. You can feel the humidity.
And they're here for the long haul. So I guess like we just need to really decide. Basically, we got to decide if we want to, like, I guess how big our ambitions are for tomorrow and for the weekend. Because it's not going to get any easier to move. Although really,
well, right.
But the thing is, like, once we have a helicopter, once we have a base with garage doors, like we can build the base, and then like we can get to a certain point where we can just go and get a helicopter from here, and then when the coast is clear, fly. Like there'll just be one or two dangerous trips out of this base to our new location, if we decide to do that.
Okay. So I guess, do we want to just go ahead and hit power plant and see what happens?
Yeah. I think that's the play. It's I guess just keep in mind that it's only going to get harder to get stuff out of our honey hole here.
Right. Well, I'd say let's hit power plant while we've got the base here until we're successful, and then at that point, let's see where we're at, and at that point, maybe that's the time to do the move.
I like it.
Since we're so close to power plant here.
And we've got the stuff we need to actually make this thing successful. And I got enough scrap to research. I knew I needed to research something else. The the 5.56 ammo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's a pretty big gamer moment to be able to research that.
So where do you find the blueprints for the AK and the ammo typically?
The tier 3 monuments. Speaking of AK, that is literally one pop-up.
I'm at power plant, by the way.
Okay, cool. Alright, I've got that. Now I can make a couple syringes. I've got a couple syringes.
I'm like getting slightly and slowly better at the moving while looting thing. Like that, it's still really awkward looking. But like I know when I've seen other people do it, it's like the dance. It's like a belly dance. Mm-hmm. It's just I can't do it that well.
It's like movement in this game is hard. Like it's okay. So I'm gonna run to you. I've got.
Have you only played this game at 60 frames per second?
Yeah, I haven't gotten my
Oh my god. I like the only reason I make the comment is because since I'm playing at 60 FPS for recording, Like the difference. Oh my gosh. Like you're going to be like, it's like, okay, you know how like you had like the jump from 360 to Xbox One or whatever? Like that was like a big difference. And then you had the jump from like PS2 to PS3 or Xbox to Xbox 360, which is even a bigger difference in my opinion because of the resolution step up. All right, so like take that. It is like literally on that level of difference in my opinion. If you have like a comparison between like 144 actual FPS compared to 60, incredible. But even like 100 to 110, even 90 is still like just it's a huge difference in the amount of time delayed between your mouse moving and the screen reacting. Like that's the biggest thing. Yes, that is the biggest thing, because when you have more frames, that means that right. But think about it. It's like a frequency thing. So like, you know, there's like a polling. I don't know if you like how much you look at this stuff, but there's a polling rate on a mouse, and that's basically how many times it can refresh the sensor. So the higher the polling rate, the better resolution or accuracy the mouse has when you move it, because basically it's sampling that position that many more times per second or whatever you want to say. So if you couple a mouse with a good polling rate with a really high screen refresh rate, what ends up happening is that your mouse inputs are much tighter and quicker and snappier, and it's like playing a different game. It's like something that it's like you can't really think about how it affects you until you've done it, and then you're like, whoa. I mean, this is a huge difference.
I remember when I was playing Destiny when I moved even from like a TV to a monitor when I was playing on Xbox. Like even like that was like 0.1 or 0.2 seconds difference.
Yeah.
And that was like insane. I mean, like my KD improved like dramatically.
Yeah, and that's basically that's the same delay that you're looking to, you know, get rid of here. So once you get that set up, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a game changer.
I'm sure.
But it's just interesting playing at 60 is just reminded me of like, oh man, you know, I mean, definitely first world problems, but you know, if only I could get that elusive new GPU. But I mean, I think the thing that I would relate it to the most, like you said, the TV to monitor, I'd relate it from switching to a console game to like a PC game. Like if you play Destiny on console and then move to PC, that would be like the same kind of like difference.
I remember going back to playing. I played Destiny 1 like on Xbox again after I'd played. After I'd been which is locked at 30 FPS, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I went back to playing that after playing this at 60 or like 55 or whatever, and like I felt like it was like gross to look at. Yeah,
it's something that it's really hard to like, because somebody say, what's the difference between a 60 and 144 FPS? And it's like, guys, you can't really describe it. It's like it's a feeling. It's like this feeling that you get that just feels better. Oh fuck, I'm an idiot.
What happened?
I have food on me. I have an apple.
Red card acquired.
Oh, nice.
That is a big raid.
What was that? A C4?
That sounded like a rocket.